A linear function is defined as follows. So next function is a linear function. A linear function is defined as y equals to mx plus b. Well, m is called the slope of the line, rate of change, and b is called the y-intercept. When you're dealing with different functions, especially linear function and later on a quadratic function and more, you're interested in finding the x-intercept and y-intercept of the function. We can find the x-intercept of any function. So what is x-intercept? X-intercept or x-intercepts are the point of intersecting of the graph with the x-axis. X-intercept is the point of intersection between the function and x-axis. To find x-intercept, you set y equal to 0 and solve for x. To find x-intercept, we set y equal to 0 and solve for x. Okay, let's take a look at one example. We have a linear function, all right? You're interested in finding x-intercept for the linear function. Let us go over a couple of examples. Suppose y is given as 2x plus 4. My goal is to find the x-intercept of this function. So to find the x-intercept of this function, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set y equal to 0 and solve for x. Let's see. Y is 0, and on the right-hand side, I have 2x plus 4. To solve for x, it means that I have to isolate my x. Isolate x. How do I isolate my x here? So step by step. First, get rid of the constant. Bring the constant to the other side. Subtract 4 from both sides. Okay, I'm subtracting 4 from both sides. What's left? I have minus 4 equals to 2x, but 4 minus 4 is just 0. So I have 2x, 2 times x equals to negative 4. To isolate my x, I have to get rid of this coefficient by dividing both sides by 2. Now divide by 2. To isolate x, divide by 2. So let me divide by 2. On the right, divide by 2. on the left divided by 2. Well, this is obvious. 2 and 2, they get canceled out. So x is equal to 4 divided by 2 is 2. It has a negative sign, minus 2. So the x-intercept of this line is x equals to minus 2. Is the x-intercept. It means that at x equals to negative 2, graph crosses x-axis. At x equals to negative 2, graph crosses x-axis. So at x equals to negative 2, the graph crosses x-axis. Other than finding the x-intercept, we can find the y-intercept as well. To find the y-intercept, now we set x equal to 0. So we can also find the y-intercept by setting x equal to 0 and solve for y, or isolate y. Very good. So we are working with this function, linear function. I already found the x-intercept. Well, I'm going to find the y-intercept as well. Since y is equal to 2x plus 4, I simply need to set x equal to 0. So when x is 0, I have y equals to 2 times 0 plus 4, but 2 times 0 is just 0. So my y becomes 4. So my y-intercept is 4. This is my y-intercept. So what's the use of these two, x-intercept and y-intercept? They help us to graph the line without using any help. So take a look at this. I have my x-axis and I have my y-axis. It says at negative 2, the graph hits x-axis. So let me find minus 2. Negative 1, negative 2. Okay, negative 2 is just right here. And it says my y is 4 and it is my y-intercept. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 4. So now if you connect these 2 points, then you're going to have a line which is increasing. I have an increasing line. This is the graph of this linear function. 2x plus so now you have the following. 2y is equal to x plus 2. So 2y is x plus 2. First, let us find the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we need to set y equal to 0. So y is equal to 0. It means that 2 times 0 is equal to x plus 2. On the left-hand side, 2 times 0 is just 0. 0 is x plus 2. We need to isolate x on one side, but you have plus 2 attached to x. What are we going to do? We're going to get rid of 2 by subtracting 2 from both sides. Subtract 2. If I subtract 2 from both sides, I left with x equals to minus 2. So x equals to negative 2 is my x-intercept. It's the x-intercept. But if I want to find y-intercept, to find y-intercept, I have to set x equal to 0. So let's copy down the equation. 2y is x plus 2. So now set your x equal to 0. Let me use a different color. My x is 0, am I right? So I have 2y equals to 2. Now to get rid of 2, 2 is multiplied by y. The opposite operation is division. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. If I divide by 2, what do I get? I get 2 and 2 cancel out. I left with y on the left-hand side. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So y equals to 1 is y-intercept. So we talked about a linear function. We went over some examples. Now we're going to talk about quadratic functions and how to find the intercept.